Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to lesson 5 of the IELTS writing course. Today's lesson is actually really easy. The whole point of this lesson is for you to avoid repeating yourself, to try to express yourself in a variety of ways. So basically, in order for you to understand this, think of what might happen if you keep using the same word over and over again. So let's say that you're describing your feelings regarding a journey that you went on, and then you keep using the word happy. You can say, I was happy, my friends were happy, I spent a happy time. Of course, it's not a good idea. You need to try to use some synonyms for the word happy. Now, the same goes when it comes to grammar. If you keep using the same grammatical structure when you're writing, it's going to be boring. And also it's going to reduce your score in the IELTS exam. So in today's lesson, we have some exercises that teach you how to express yourself in different ways. And one more time, it's not really challenging at all. So I suppose this lesson is going to be a piece of cake for you. Let's look at the first example. The idea of this exercise is for you to change from adjectives into adverbs and vice versa. We have an example here. Clearly, the trend is upward. So clearly is an adverb. We can rewrite the sentence, changing clearly into an adjective, and it's going to be like this. It's clear that the trend is upward. Clearly, the trend is upward. It's clear that the trend is upward. Take some time, look at the sentences from A to E, and try to make the necessary changes. If you have an adjective like significant, you need to change it into an adverb. If you have an adverb like interestingly, you need to change it into an adjective. I'll give you some time to try to rewrite these sentences. It would be a good idea if you actually grab a pen and a piece of paper and write these sentences yourself, because watching the answers is not going to help you practice. You have to actually write them to remember how to do that in the future. Okay, take some time, pause the video if you need to write, and then after that, I'm going to show you the answers and I'm going to explain them to you. Okay, let's look at the answers together. In the first sentence, we're going to change significant into significantly. So we're going to say significantly, comma, the number of scientists per head of population has declined in recent years. Okay, and the second one, interestingly, is an adverb, so we can change it into an adjective. It's interesting that, and then you continue the sentence. The sales failed to recover. Here's another example. Probable is going to change into an adverb, which is probably. So probably numbers will continue to fall over the period. It's not surprising that you're going to change it into an adverb, which is unsurprisingly. There were skill shortages in the chemical industry. Finally, evidently is going to become an adjective, which is evident. It's evident that investment needs to be increased. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. Now, in this exercise, one more time, we're going to take some practice on changing from adjectives to adverbs. But in this situation, the adverbs might come at the end of the sentence rather than at the beginning. Like this example. The consumption of chocolate fell steadily. So steadily is an adverb, but it comes at the end of the sentence. We can rewrite the sentence like this. There was a steady fall. So steadily became steady, which is an adjective. There was a steady fall in the consumption of chocolate. The two sentences have the same meaning, but they are a little bit different grammatically. One more example. The production of films has risen dramatically. So dramatically is an adverb again. You can say there has been a dramatic rise. Dramatically became dramatic, and rise was a verb and it became a noun in the production of films. Can you do the same thing in the sentences from A to E? Take some time, try to rewrite these sentences, and then you can check your answers in the next part. Okay, now let's look at the answers. Here in the first situation, we have spice exports from Africa fluctuated wildly over the period. So we can say there were wild fluctuations in spice exports from Africa over the period. Why do we say fluctuations? Because we have the word where. So this indicates the use of the plural form. B, the development of new products fell gradually. So we can say there was a gradual fall in the development of new products. Fell gradually, gradual fall. C, There has been a noticeable decrease in research investment. Research investment has decreased noticeably. Noticeable decrease, decreased noticeably. D, the purchases of tickets dropped significantly last month. There was a significant drop in the purchase of tickets last month. Finally, on the internet, the number of sites rose significantly. So you can say there was a significant rise in the number of sites on the internet. There is one more exercise in this lesson, which is related to the use of the passive voice. Now, another change is related to using the passive instead of the active voice and vice versa. Like the example, there were spectacular changes in the area. So you can say the area was changed spectacularly. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to look at these sentences and then rewrite them. If they were active, make them passive and vice versa. Now, these are the answers. In the first sentence, you have there were dramatic developments in the town center. So you can say the town center was developed dramatically. So this is the passive form. There was a complete transformation of the neighborhood. You can say the neighborhood was completely transformed. C, there was a total reconstruction of the residential area. You can say the residential area was totally reconstructed. D, there was a total redevelopment of the old factories. You can say the old factories were totally redeveloped. And finally, there was a rebuilding of the old houses. The old houses were rebuilt. Okay, that's the end of this lesson. In this lesson, we learned that it's important for us to try to change the grammatical structures that we use in order to avoid boring the reader and also in order to try to get a higher score in the IELTS exam. I hope this lesson was useful, and we're going to meet in lesson 6, inshallah. Thank you so much.